Sicilian defense, open, Pelikn, and Sveshnikov, bird variation. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. Both players had an amazing opening. White overpowered black in the middle game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. The dark squared bishop has a fresh opening created by e6, and the queen has a new diagonal created by e6. d4 offers to trade the more important central d4 pawn for the c5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. Cx d4 gives black two central pawns versus one central pawn for white. Nx d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having one central pawn versus black's two central pawns. Nf6 advances the knight and engages in an attack on the exposed e4 pawn. Nc3 protects the e4 pawn and puts pressure on the d5 square. Nc6 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the knight on d4 and controls the e5 square. Ndb5 threatens an unpleasant check on d6. The d6 square governs the development of the light squared bishop and the e5 and c5 squares. Bf4 develops the bishop toward the center and adds an attacker to the d6 pawn. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This is the only move that works. By pinning a knight, this increases pressure. A6 kicks the knight off of the active b5 square. Na3 retreats the attacked knight, it will look for a new square on c2 after white plays c2 c3 or c2 c4. b6 develops the bishop toward the center and controls the d5 square. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. Recaptures. This threatens to reveal an attack on a knight. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. It is the final book action. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. This threatens to take an outpost with a knight. It is best. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. By growing a queen from its beginning square, this activates the queen. It is ideal. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. That's good. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. It is an inaccuracy. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. Very precise. It is best. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. The pawn is now in a safe position. That's good. This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. This permits the opponent to take an outpost with a knight. It is a mistake. The knight now occupies an outpost, a secure square in the opponent's territory. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This is an equal trade. It is best. Recaptures. This poses a fork piece threat. It is ideal. This threatens to kick a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. This activates a rook by developing it off of its starting square. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This threatens to play checkmate. It is good. The pawn is now adequately defended. It is best. This defends a piece that is being attacked but is not well defended. It is quite good. This reveals an attack on a queen. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. Both players had an amazing opening. White overpowered black in the middle game.